They did not manage to win the Women's AFCON in Ghana, but Banyana Banyana did the nation proud. The team is set to touch down at OR Tambo International Airport this evening with a World Cup spot in the bag. So we've got Hloni Mtimkulu, who is at the airport, and she joins us now just to give us an emotion in terms of exactly what is happening there. Hloni, I can imagine that it's a buzz. We've been seeing you and we've been crossing to you from time to time again. It's been heartbreaking to know that they did not make it to the end of the tournament, but certainly a jovial time as Banyana Banyana touched down.
Yeah, definitely, Faith. If you thought that our earlier crosser was boisterous, it's become even more so now with more people coming. The sports minister is here, Minister for Women and Children is here, Minister Batabile Dlamini. The chairperson of the Sports Portfolio Committee is here, and we also have the president of SAFA, Danny Jordan, with us just to talk to us about Banyana Banyana's form at the AFCON. He came in this morning, he was at Ghana for that, and he is back this morning. So, President, just briefly your thoughts on Banyana's performance at the AFCON.
Sorry, I can't hear the noises.
Well, I'm saying briefly, can you tell us your thoughts on Banyana's performance at AFCON?
Well, it's wonderful. I watched a match yesterday in Ghana, Accra. They showed that they're one of the best teams on the African continent, and everybody there agreed that they deserve to win. The fact that they lost in the penalty shootout in the end, that's an unfortunate part of football. But I came here at 4 o'clock. People were here from 4 o'clock dancing, singing, and you can see the energy. And when the team walks through, you will see the energy and people celebrating and welcoming our heroes from the AFCON. They've certainly made a tremendous impact. And 5 of the players from the team has been included in the Africa Best 11. Janine van Wyk, Rama Alepe is there. Of course, Katlana Tembi has become the star there in Ghana. She's also in the team. And then we have 2 reserves. Kaylin Swart is the reserve goalkeeper, and Linda is also in the team. So we have 5 from our team in the best 11 of the African team. And I'm sure when it comes to CAF Awards in December, many of them will be recognized as some of the best players on the continent.
And as someone who was there with them last night, can you just tell us what the mood was like after that final?
After the match, it was sad. It was very difficult. I spent the previous 3 days with them, and they were determined. And you could see in the 90 minutes and the extra time how hard they fought. They really wanted to win the match. And at the end of the penalty shootout, of course they were devastated. You could see it, tears of frustration and disappointment. But we have to lift them up again and say, we have to look at France. Now on the 8th of December is the draw of the World Cup, and then the preparation for the World Cup. Next year in January they play 2 major matches. They play the Winnie Mandela Challenge in Cape Town against the Netherlands, and then they play the Albertina Sisulu Challenge also in Cape Town 22nd against Sweden. And these 2 matches will help them for preparation for the World Cup in France. So we are focusing on France, but it was a tremendous effort, and they are recognized on the continent as one of the best football teams for women, and we are very, very proud of them.
President, I hope we can squeeze in one last question before they come out. Just you held your AGM this weekend. Can you tell us anything about that?
Well, it's a normal business of adopting our financial reports and activity reports, but 2 issues were also raised. The one relates to the 2019 AFCON. Yesterday I was in the CAF executive meeting where a decision was taken to remove the AFCON responsibility from Cameroon, and the Congress decided that we should express our interest in hosting the 2019 AFCON in June next year, and secondly, that we should engage FIFA, because we have already expressed interest to host the Senior Women's World Cup in 2023 in South Africa. So we go to France in 2019, and then next year we'll start our bidding for the 2023 World Cup. And I think by then Banyana will be ready to challenge the big countries in the world in the Women's World Cup.
Well, great. Thank you very much for that. And I think they are about to come up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, that was SAFA President Danny Jordaan telling us a bit more about their AGMs, confirming that they will bid to host the 2019 AFCON, as well as the FIFA 2023 Women's World Cup. Back to you in studio.
All right, Hloni, let's carry on with the discussion. The team is about to arrive. Any other big dignitaries that is waiting for the team upon the arrival?
Ronald, please can you repeat that question?
We've just spoken to Danny Jordaan. I believe also Thokozile Nqasa, the sports minister, is in attendance. Any other big dignitaries also in attendance?
Oh, well, there are a lot of SAFA. Well, basically all of SAFA is here actually, and we do have the Sports Portfolio Committee Chairperson, MP Hloni is also here. We have the Gauteng Arts and Culture MEC, Faith Mazibuga is here. So it's quite a big turnout, and obviously there's a lot of people. Just on the basic level, there's a lot and lots of people that are here. So I think it is a good thing to see all of this and to see that the president of SAFA is here after flying in this morning from Ghana as well.
Hloni, it's Gareth. I'm not sure if you've had a chance to chat to any of the fans that are there. Is anybody around you at the moment in the next few minutes who might be willing to talk to you?
I can. Yeah,
Great.
I can grab a few fans. Hi. Okay, we've got a few fans with us. Ladies, can you just tell us why you guys are here?
We are here for support the Banyana Banyana.
Hi, ma'am. We are here to support Banyana Banyana. We are from Thornview, Prestige, to welcome them back as we were the one who were here firstly. So, yeah.
Do any of you play soccer?
Yes, all of us. We even won the tournament for JVW and the league also. So we are just here to support, give our support.
And welcome back. And just, okay, one more question. Just they finished second in AFCON and they also qualified for the World Cup. How much of an inspiration is that for you guys?
Wow, I just want to be part of them. Right now, like I don't know what to say. I'm so speechless. I just want to be part of them. I just want to hold Linda with my hand. Ketana, Mambane, all of them. I just want to hold them by my hand and say congrats.
Right, well, Gareth. Oh, there you go. There are. That's just about 4 or 5 of the many, I think more than 100, more than 200 people that are here today to welcome back Banyana Banyana from their Women Africa Cup of Nations campaign in Ghana.
Hloni, I think we might just stay with you for a second. Maybe, Ronald, if we can come back to you here. Hloni, if you can hear us and you want to weigh in on this, go for it. But, Ronald, maybe a question for you. This Thembi Kgatlana has been sensational. I mean, she's been named the player of the tournament, but wasn't she the player that scored against, it was Guinea, Equatorial Guinea and Mali? It was early in the tournament. She
scored that spectacular goal against Nigeria, which led to Banyana's victory in the first encounter. And when we talk about stars in big occasions or big tournaments, I mean, Thembi Kgatlana is right up there. I mean, she made the best 11 out of the tournament when it was selected by CAF. She's one of the top players, not only in African football, but also in world football at the moment. And she'll be one of the players to look out for, certainly at that World Cup.
And Faith, I think this is something that you and I are going to talk about later, and Hloni might be able to weigh in on this, is this pay gap that I was discussing yesterday. I think Hloni might have spoken to someone earlier about that.
So, and including, I mean, looking at Danny, who also weighed in some sentiments around this issue around pay, saying that, it's one thing to be praising them. It's fantastic to see that they're standing as role models for the young people that are there at this, at OR Tambo International Airport. But it's another thing when you have to take home a paycheck of 5,000 Rand, while you know that your counterparts are doing perhaps not as well as you are taking a paycheck of 70,000 Rand, and perhaps then maybe this is an opportune moment, Hloni, to actually put accountability where accountability rests in terms of administrating and ensuring that some of these issues really get resolved.
Well, so the thing is, now that they have Cecil, who's been backing women's football since 2009, Cecil did say that they'll be paying the players 115,000 Rand each for reaching the final. It would have been 160,000 Rand had they won, but there's a 40,000 appearance fee and a 75,000 Rand bonus for reaching the final of AFCON. So that's happening for them. And then they'll also win a bit of money from CAF as well for winning. But you're right, there's so much that still needs to be done. We keep saying this, that the women's AFCON winner only walks away with 80,000 rand. The winners walk away with 80,000 rand. Whereas the men's AFCON winners walk away with 4 million rand. The CAF Champions League winners walk away with 2.5 million rand. The CAF Confederation Cup winners 1.25 million rand. And even the men's under 17s, they walk away with more than what the women's AFCON winners walk away with. So there's still a lot to do, not just in South Africa, but on the continent as well, in terms of working through equality for the women.
Just before we wrap it up, I mean, just on Hloni's argument or debate, is that the Banyana team, a lot of the players are not even playing professional football. And a lot of them, only a few, like the likes of Gatlana and the likes of Refilo Jane, who apply their trade overseas, they get paid as players. A lot of them have to juggle things like studies and a day job just to make sure that, you know, they can make an income one day. And this should be a huge boost. And also an eye-opener for administrators to take women's football seriously if they really want to achieve success in it.
Well, perhaps Hloni is looking at the fact that we need to stop being, and Ronald, you can weigh in on this one as well, stop being reactive to the issues. It almost appears as though something bad must happen and there must be some form of spotlight drawn into the issue before we decide to do something about it. When are we going to start becoming proactive on any form of platform when it comes to administration? Surely we knew that in order for you to be a professional player in this country, whether you're male or female, there needs to be some form of sustainability and resourcing being put behind it.
Indeed, and Danny Jordan alluded to the fact that SAFA have been going through quite a few financial issues this year and also last year, and it sort of hindered them not investing enough money into women's football. There was talks of a professional league being launched perhaps next year, but those talks are not really, you know, solid. We're not seeing anything solid in terms of those talks, but women's football continues to strive, to thrive. In fact, instead of not getting enough funds, they still continue to produce the players, they still continue to produce the coaches. Desiree Ellis, I mean, she's a coach that a lot of people were not talking about maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I mean, she was working behind the scenes, grooming the younger players of the national team, while Vera Pauw, the head coach, a Dutch coach, was the head coach for the national side. So now Desiree Ellis, all of a sudden, now she's a hero, up for a CAF award, Coach of the Year, and what an achievement for a team that a lot of people, you know, didn't think that they'll even reach the World Cup. I mean, that's a huge achievement. I think that is why so many people are celebrating them today. It's not about them reaching that final of AFCON, but actually becoming a team that goes to a World Cup, where Bafana Bafana failed in so many occasions.
Hloni Mtimkulu, we're going to say thanks to you for the moment. I can see you're desperately trying to stand on your tippy toes and see when the players are coming through. We're going to say